Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we're going to talk about Russia and coffee makers, and hair dryers, and refrigerators. Um, the United States has announced its latest round of diplomatic efforts against Russia, and it has prompted a whole lot of questions. And we're just going to kind of go through and explain why these items are on the list and what the United States is hoping to accomplish and whether or not it's going to really be that successful. Okay, if you missed it, the U.S. announced its new round of sanctions against Russia. Some of the items on the lists, well, that's a little surprising. It is. It's coffee makers, high-end coffee makers, refrigerators, hair dryers, microwaves, stuff like that. And people are asking why. It's not the product, it's what's inside of them. We have talked on this channel for a while about Russia's lack of precision guided munitions and how a lot of their higher tech equipment they can't make because of previous rounds of sanctions. They're having a really hard time getting the components to make some of their weapons. Because of that, they started finding the components in other items, to include all of the household goods you see on that sanction list. Dual-use coffee makers are apparently now a thing. So the Russian military, they have been taking the chips and semiconductors, stuff like that, the components, out of these electronic devices and repurposing them, using them to create weapons. That does say a whole lot about the current state of the Russian defense industry. It does, in fact, show that, the sanctions are working. At the same time, the Russian defense industry found a way around it through coffee makers. Now, the United States is sending out these new sanctions. Are they really going to be that effective? I am skeptical. I'm very skeptical of how effective this round is going to be, mainly because the United States doesn't actually make a lot of this stuff. It's not produced here, therefore it's not shipped from here. For this round of sanctions to be effective, the U.S. has to get other countries to play along with it, to participate and to truly participate. These are not items that, customs in any country is really, traditionally looking for. That's probably not going to change much. So even small-scale operations over time could send a lot of this stuff through. I have serious doubts about the effectiveness of this. It seems to be more symbolic in nature, and also it might be a little bit of poking fun at the same time. I mean, drawing attention to this deficiency in the Russian defense industry there's a propaganda win there that they might be angling for. Imagine another country barring the United States from getting this kind of stuff, and the message it would send. Raytheon or Northrop or whoever is dependent on coffee makers to get their equipment, to get the components they need. There's a huge propaganda element there. I don't know that this is going to be incredibly effective, but that's what they're at least attempting to do, is stop the flow of components that are inside of these devices that they're sanctioning. yeah, we'll just have to wait and see how this one plays out. I'm skeptical, but the international community may come together on this one. At the same time, this is one of those things where the sanctions, if effective, would be felt by the average person. This is something that would be noticed, and it would be hard for the Russian government to kind of sweep this under the rug or wash it, especially without washing machines. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.